Clerk Reed, could please take the roll?
Yes. Alderman Nguyen,
Here.
Alderman Wilson,
Here.
Alderman Ruth Simmons, Alderman Sufferton,
Here.
Alderman Ravel, Alderman Rainey,
Here.
Alderman Fleming,
Here.
Alderman Fisk,
She is here.
Herself.
Alderman Fisk, you're muted.
because I think we'll need it for the quorum count.
Are we?
This would be
Alderman Braithwaite, and yeah. So I think we'll.
Is quorum 5 or 4 for us?
I believe quorum is.
Needs to be 5
Six.
because we can't pass an ordinance without 5 people.
So it's 5. Then we have 5, right? Without Fisk.
I'm sorry, it was quorum 6. Is that my understanding, Ms. Richardson? Or
Isn't it just a majority?
Five.
Fisk is here. And isn't.
Oh, Fisk is here. All right. We
There
just
we go. All
heard
right.
from Fisk. All right. Thank you, clerk. Welcome everyone to the special city council meeting, which is primarily going to be an executive session meeting this evening to talk about candidates who have applied for the city manager position. Today is Thursday, September 24th, 2020. Before we go into executive session, I am going to open it up for public comment. We have one person that has signed up for public comment tonight. I'd also like to note that we do have quorum, and we are expecting Alderman Ruth Simmons, Alderman Ravel, and Alderman Braithwaite to be joining this meeting, and they're not here at the roll call, but we do expect them to be joining. Now, I have no mayor announcements. City
we want
manager.
Alderman Wilson to
Yeah.
Oh,
make a motion for us.
thank you. Alderman Wilson, can you make that motion?
Yes, thank you. I move that we suspend the rules to allow us to conduct this meeting using the Zoom electronic conferencing software. This would be done in conformance with the governor's prior directives relating to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, City Clerk, you take the roll on that motion, please.
Yes, Alderman Nguyen,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Alderman Sufferton,
Aye.
Alderman Rainey,
Aye.
Alderman Ravel. Oops, I did that backwards. Alderman Fleming,
Aye.
Alderman Fisk,
Aye.
and still no Alderman Braithwaite.
All right, thank you. So on a 6-0 vote with 3 missing, the motion to meet virtually per the governor's orders is approved. I have no mayor announcements. City manager, do you have any announcements?
No, I do not have any announcements.
Okay, thank you. City clerk, any announcements for you?
Yeah, no. Just one actually quick announcement. We don't have a big audience here, but I do want to clarify for the folks here and for folks out in the community that if you're running for local offices in the upcoming February primary or April election, if you're running for school board or for other districts, you do not follow the advice of the clerk, and you're using different forms, and you want to consult with your local. If it's the school districts, the school board secretary. If it's a park district, that happens to be on the ballot with the board secretary there. So I just want to make sure that folks are clear that you're not using the same advice that you'd use for filing in a city office.
Great, thank you, clerk. We're now going to move to public comment. We had one person that signed up for public comment tonight. We set aside up to 45 minutes, no more than 3 minutes a person for public comment. So this evening I'm going to call on our one person that signed up, which is Ms. Tina Payden. And you've got 3 minutes, Tina. Welcome.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's well and safe. I wanted to, it was brought to my attention when I was at another city council, or excuse me, award meeting this week, that the ward meetings are no longer being recorded. I think that all ward meetings and all city meetings and all committee meetings should be recorded. It shouldn't be a problem now that we're on Zoom and we're not in different rooms or anything. And I didn't understand why, if it's a public meeting, that we're not recording all city meetings and ward meetings. Sometimes aldermen and other committees have meetings at the same time, such as Alderman Fleming and Alderman Rue Simmons had a meeting last Thursday the same time, and some people may want to attend both meetings. So it would be helpful that all meetings, city and ward meetings and committee meetings be recorded. I also want to discuss that I've been at some meetings, different ward meetings. I have properties and interests in different wards. And some people, the aldermen, said that you cannot speak because you're not in the ward. To me, this is not appropriate. When you vote on a project, you have all 9 aldermen vote on a project, not just one alderman. So therefore, all of the people in the city of Evanston should have a chance to voice their opinion on any project in anybody's ward. And it affects all of us. So I think it's inappropriate for any of the aldermen to just say that only their ward members can speak at their meetings. Just for example, reparations meeting, there's a lot of white people that attend reparation meeting, and we don't say that none of the white people can speak at reparations because they're white. So this is not a good practice. If you have a public comment, regardless if you're in the ward or not, you should be allowed to make a public comment. This is discrimination, and it should not be allowed. There's a lot of things that happen and affect all of us in the whole city of Evanston, not just in the ward that we live in. No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. Thank you, and have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Tina, for those comments. That concludes public comment tonight. I'm now going to move to call of the. I'm sorry.
This is Alderman Fleming. May I make a brief reply to that? I know we don't.
Can you just do it at public comment?
Call awards.
I mean, call of the wards. Can we just do that?
Sure.
Because we're going to move right to the call awards. All right, so we'll move to call awards. First up today is Alderman Nguyen. No report from Alderman Nguyen. Alderman Wilson.
No report.
Alderman Rue Simmons, we're still waiting for Alderman Sufferton.
No report.
Alderman Ravel is with us now.
Finally, yes, thanks. No report.
All right, Alderman Rainey.
No report.
Alderman Fleming.
Sorry,
Oh, you just muted.
I didn't realize call of the wards was before executive session. I am one who doesn't record my ward meetings, and I just want to clarify for the public why that is. People come to my ward meeting to hear from me and give me their opinion, and they don't necessarily, they're free to give their opinion, but they don't necessarily, I'm not asking them to share that with everyone in Evanston, right? So if things are recorded, they go online, that becomes public. And I would just hate for someone to share whatever opinion they had under, thinking it's going past the room and the Zoom call, which they have. And then, I have no idea how else it's used or where it's at. So I want people to come to ward meetings, participate, but, I don't think people come to ward meetings expecting then for that comment they made and, questions they had to then go online somewhere. So that's why I do not record them. And then in terms of Ms. Payton's comment, I have said at my ward meetings that I want to hear from people in my ward, particularly around budget issues and bigger issues that I'm voting on because I represent them. And so I do say I want to hear from people in my ward first, and then others can chime in later. because I'm very clear that I'm voted in and represent the people in the 9th Ward. So I want to hear from them and their opinion as I'm casting my vote. You know, I'm fine hearing other people, but it's important I hear from people I represent first. So I want to clarify that because maybe she's speaking to what I said in my own ward meeting. That's it.
All right, thank you, Alderman Fleming. Let's go to Alderman Fisk. Anything for call of the wards?
No report.
All right, thank you. And then Alderman Braithwaite, we're still waiting for him to join us, and that concludes everybody at call of the wards. Kimberly Richardson, if you could just add to the next Rules Committee agenda, I would like just a discussion point on this topic, just about ward meetings, and so the council can just have a conversation about what Ms. Payton raised. Okay. With that, I'm going to ask Alderman Wilson if you will read us into executive session.
Sure, thank you. I move pursuant to 5 Illinois compiled statutes, LCS 120/A, that we convene into executive session to discuss agenda items regarding personnel. These agenda items are permitted subjects to be considered in executive session and are enumerated exceptions under the Open Meetings Act. The exception, I guess it's just one exception, is 5 ILCS 120/2AC1.
For a second.
Second.
All right. City Clerk, could you please take the roll on recessing into executive session?
Yes, Alderman Nguyen.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson.
Aye.
Alderman Suffredin.
Aye.
Alderman Ravel.
Aye.
Alderman Rainey.
Aye.
Alderman Fleming.
Aye.
Alderman Fisk.
Aye.
All right. On a 7-0 vote, the Evanston City Council is going to recess into executive session. If you're watching from home, the executive session this evening is going to be on the search for the next city manager of Evanston. And this is the review of all the candidates that have applied with the executive search firm. There will be a public component to the final candidates, and we will have public input into those final candidates. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.